Good evening. I would like to call to order the regular meeting of the Monee Village Board of Trustees, August 24th, 2022 at 6:38. If I could please ask Pastor Hunt to come up for the invocation.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we bow and pray. Wonderful God, our Father, we come before you today to give you the honor and all the praise. We know that it is only because of your great faithfulness that we have the blessings of a new day and hope for an even greater future. And so, Lord, we thank you for allowing us to come together at this meeting to consider the affairs of our village. Now, Lord, your people have a mind to work and a heart for the people, and so it is that we ask for your hand of blessing on this meeting. Guide and direct it so that it is full of wisdom, productivity, and respect for one another. We thank you for the opportunities to serve you and to serve our community. Finally, O Lord, we humbly pray that all we say and do this evening will be pleasing in your sight. We give you the glory for helping us to accomplish our plans and our goals this evening. And it's in your mighty name we declare these things. And all the people said, amen. Amen.
If we could all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Here.
Trustee Henson?
Present.
Trustee Horn?
Here.
Trustee Wilson? Trustee Udris?
Present.
I would like a motion to allow Trustee Wilson to phone in for the meeting tonight, please.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson? I'm sorry. Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Hello, is this Trustee Wilson?
Yes, speaking.
Okay, just wanted to make sure we have made the motion and you have been joined in. He has met all the requirements to be able to have join the meeting via dial-in. Okay, we may begin.
Right. Open to the public, agenda items only. Anybody have anything they would like to say? Right. Moving on to the consent agenda. Item number 2 has been pulled, so if I could please have a motion to accept consent agenda with items 1 and 3.
Make that motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Okay, item number 2 is open for discussion, if you would like.
No, the reason I asked for it to be pulled, I did not get a chance to watch the P&C meeting, and reading through E2, there really didn't have any information on exactly what this is pertaining to, so I would just like some details of what was presented to P&Z.
Yep, Larry.
Trustee Udris, if I may, the gentleman, 3 representatives came up from Molex. I think they showed at least a brief sketch to the board what their plans were. There was no audience concerns relative to it. I believe it's for further machinery at the processing plant, but they said they'll take enough safeguards and comply with all statutes and rules and regulations that we have.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Would it be oxygen tanks? Can you tell me if that's accurate?
Yes, that's what it was they had there. They wanted to put an oxygen tank outside so that someone can come in and fill it up, but they were going to have a fence, all of the safety and everything around it. So it was oxygen tank that they were going to have out there. They were going to have a fence. They were going to have all the safety contingencies and everything so someone could come in and fill it once or twice a week. And that's what they were wanting to do.
Fire department was good with their plans for that as well?
There's no negative comments from fire department, but I know Chief Neal will review the plans.
Okay, excellent. That was my concern. Do you need a motion to accept?
Motion to-
Then I'll make a motion to accept E2.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Okay, clerk's reports.
Thank you, Mayor Bogues. I have a couple of things. One, of course, I do have some swearing-ins of some officers, and the first officer will be Christopher Rizzo. If you can please raise your right hand, repeat after me, answer your name after I. I
I, Christopher Rizzo,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
as police officer
as police officer
for the Village of Monee Police
the-
Department
for the Village of Monee Police Department
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
May I have Christopher Brisky next? Thank you much.
You're
All
welcome.
this to you. If you can please raise your right hand. Repeat after me. Insert your name after I. I
I, Christopher Burschke,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
as police officer
as police officer
for the Village of Monee Police Department
for the Village of Monee Police Department
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
May I please have Mr. Ramon Malcapine? Stand right here. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. Insert your name after I. I
I, Ramon McKelpin,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
as police officer
as a police officer
for the Village of Monee Police Department
for the Village of Monee Police Department
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And last, may I have Jonas, is it Kajawa? Kajawa. Awesome. You can stand here for me. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I,
I,
can you enter your name?
Jonas Kajawa,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
as police officer
as police officer
for the Village of Monee Police
for
Department
the Village of Monee Police Department
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. On the back.
Get some photos before they all wander off on me. You're in the middle. Make sure you give Ramon's good side. I get up. You won't bite.
I can edit that.
I'm done with this, with this.
Yeah. I know, right?
Hold on, guys. Sorry.
We're not done yet.
Running out.
If you'll indulge me for a minute, I'd like to introduce these police officers to you, a little bit more than an oath. First off, I would like to say thank you to the families, their friends, relatives, and everybody who is here and who supports them. That is a huge factor for a successful police officer, for those of us who are in the business well know. I would, first off, Jonas Kajawa. Shiny head. Jonas is one of those people that immediately brings energy into a room. He has served as a part-time police officer in Bridgeview for the last 20 years. And then he kept his day job as a Burbank firefighter, retiring as an acting battalion chief. He holds a master's degree in fire service and homeland security management and a couple other degrees on top of it. His resume is quite impressive. And now he will join MPD while still keeping that day job, his new day job down the street with the Monee Fire Department. His dedication to community service is quite humbling. Thank you, Jonas. Chris Brieschke, he's the shorter Chris. He's going to get a lot of that. He already has some insights into our business, as both his parents worked at the Cook County Sheriff's Department. It's always an advantage to have a little bit of education in the law enforcement family. Chris is walking away from his job as an apprentice electrician to join MPD. And when I say that, I want you to understand that Chris wasn't your average apprentice, having won a national championship in a very prestigious electrical skill competition. I'm sure he is going to bring that effort over to the law enforcement side. Welcome, Chris. Christopher Rizzo, the taller Chris. Chris is an Evergreen Park native who comes to us with some law enforcement in his background also, as he served his country, our country, as a military police officer, serving 5 years in the Marine Corps. Chris, this will automatically make you Trustee Wilson's favorite police officer, as you'll find out.
Yes, sir.
By the way, Chris, Sergeant Major Lowe still wants you to re-enlist. Semper Fi. Ramon McAlpin. Ramon is a 20-year police veteran coming to us from Harvey PD. Ramon has pretty much been there, done that. He has worked patrol, investigation, and supervised at a very busy police department. There isn't going to be much that we can tell him. I feel that this police department got very fortunate in getting a police officer of Ramon's caliber to want to come to the Monee Police Department, a Monee resident, I might add. We are extremely fortunate to have Ramon on our team. Thanks for coming by, Ramon. Make sure to the Board of Trustees, to the community, just so you're aware, these officers are part of a mandate from our mayor and our board that guarantee the community safety and continued safety of everyone in Monee. We had 52 applicants for part-time, new hires, and lateral transfer positions. We take the selection process very seriously with a battery of tests that have to be completed and an extensive background check to assure the people of Monee will always be protected by true professionals. The board has authorized a head count of 18 full-time patrol officers. Tonight we bring that number to 14. We had hoped for more, but we will not lower our standards to achieve that number. The testing process will start over in coming weeks. Gentlemen, congratulations. You are now part of a progressive, proactive, professional police agency. You have taken an oath tonight that bounds you to our legacy. Monee welcomes you. Make them proud.
just before I end my report, I wanted to just make sure that I let everyone know that I have submitted the early voting dates for the Village of Monee, and that would be for October 31st is our first day. That's a Monday. And that would be from 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. On Monday, from 9:30, Tuesday, the 1st of November, from 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Thursday will be our late evening from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Friday, November 4th, 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And on Saturday, we'll be open from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Lastly, I was contacted by the Master Village Clerk, D. Jones of University Park, asking if I would be accepting of about 1,400 bottles of hand sanitizer, some very large ones. They had their back-to-school parade on this past week, and so I'll be arranging for pickup for that, and I did talk to Diana so we can set up a table to hand it out at the Fall Fest, so that would be perfect to get them out. End of report.
Great, thank you. First under my report is a presentation by CNS Harvest. Good evening.
I do have a short PowerPoint presentation. Thank you. Good evening, trustees, members of the Village of Monee. My name is Ryan McQueenie. I'm a principal officer and one of the owners of CNS Harvest, an infusion company here in the state of Illinois. I have with me several of my partners, Dr. Mauricio Consultar, Chris Zach, hello, thank you, and Jose Gonzalez. Tonight we're seeking a business license to operate a cannabis infusion business in Monee. And just briefly, in 2015, the Medical Cannabis Compassionate Act went into effect. And what that did was there were 60 dispensary licenses, 20 cultivation licenses issued for medical cannabis. Over the years, that program expanded, and in 2019, the state passed an Adult Use Act. Essentially, what that did was it allowed for additional licenses for growing, infusing, and dispensing the products. There's also licenses for testing of the products that are grown and produced. We applied for a license under the Adult Use Act for an infusion license, and after extensive delays, we were awarded the license in December of last year. So there's many different states have legal cannabis programs in their states. Illinois happens to be probably the most highly regulated of the industries in the country. The state dictates that each license holder go through a vetting process to be awarded the license. The state has very strict security requirements for each and every license holder. We're operating an infusion business, which essentially we don't grow cannabis, we don't extract cannabis, and we don't sell it to the public. What we do is we purchase the distillate, either CBD or THC distillate, from a cultivator who's licensed in the state of Illinois. The product that we'll be purchasing from those cultivators will be tested by a third-party laboratory for purities, and we'll bring that into our facility. We then take those raw ingredients and infuse them into various products such as gummies, vape cartridge pens, topical creams, those types of common consumer good type products. We'll create those products, package them, and then we will deliver those products to dispensaries throughout the state where they will be sold to the general public. The facility will be operating, there's no cooking, there's no growing, there's no extraction. It's essentially similar to a pharmaceutical plant or a nutraceutical type plant or even a consumer food product type facility. So as I stated, Illinois has, under the Adult Use Act, Illinois has 5 separate licenses. There's cultivators, which are limited in number. There's about 20 throughout the state. Those are large indoor grow facilities. Some of them are up to 500,000 square feet. They grow, they extract the plant product, they process it into consumer goods, or they sell the flower, and they sell those products through the dispensaries. Dispensaries are the retail. Originally there were 60 medical dispensaries in the state. Soon there's going to be an additional 185 dispensaries throughout the state. We have an infusion license, which, as I described, is we purchase the raw materials, put them into products, and sell them to the dispensaries. And then there's the testing labs, which is a third-party testing to make sure that there's no impurities and that what is in the package is actually what's listed as the ingredients, and the amount of cannabis and THC in the product is actually what's in the product. So the state expanded the cannabis industry licenses available 2 or 3 years ago because of COVID and some delays and some litigation. Those licenses were delayed. There are currently 100 craft grow licenses that were awarded. Those are on top of the cultivation licenses. Craft grows are similar to the cultivation, only they're limited in the amount of space that they can grow plants. So whereas a cultivator is unlimited flowering and growing space, the craft grow is 5,000 square feet of flowering. The infusion, there was, I believe, 40 infusion licenses that were issued in December and January of last year, and 185 dispensary licenses were just issued or in the process of being issued right now. So Illinois has been ahead of the curve in terms of states in the Midwest, but it wasn't expansive. There were few licenses awarded. Now there's going to be triple the number of licenses available to handle the industry. So the industry is growing. It's still highly regulated, of course. There's just more people who are in the industry serving the public. So, we're CNS Harvest, and we've have an infusion license in Illinois. We are made up of people who have been involved in the cannabis industry since its onset with the medical cannabis law. I owned a medical dispensary in Chicago called Midway Dispensary since the inception of since 2016, essentially. So that's the retail side of the operation, and we operated that successfully for 6 years, and till we sold it just last year. Dr. Consulter has equally been involved in the cannabis industry, but from the medical side. He's operated the largest clinical cannabis practice in Illinois. When the medical program started, in order to get a medical card, a patient had to have a doctor diagnose them with one of 41 conditions. They had to be fingerprinted. they had to pay the state $250, and then they had to wait 3 or 4 months to get the medical card. As it was a slow process to get people in to see doctors to get their cards. Dr. Consulter has traveled throughout the state in the past 6 years helping patients get their medical cards. He's signed up over 35,000 patients in the past 6 years, and he's used his clinical practice and experience in helping these patients treat their conditions with cannabis instead of some of the other pharmaceuticals that have more negative effects on their bodies. He specializes in sleep, pain, and anxiety disorders, as well as patients with cancer, Crohn's disease, MS, some of the rarer but still conditions that can be helped with cannabis. We have, our entire team has about 30 years combined experience in cannabis, which doesn't sound like a lot, but considering that the industry only started about 7 years ago, it's actually quite a lot. We have people who, on our team, who are experienced with security, medical side, biochemistry, and the legal compliance issues that the state is very keen on. We've come down to Monee for a couple of reasons. Number one, I used to be a prosecutor in Markham prior to certainly Officer McAlpin starting with Harvey, so it was a long time ago. I'm familiar with the area, and we have some connections with Monee, and in looking for a location where we could have this business, obviously we want to go someplace that has close to transportation, major highways, that is eager to work with us as much as we want to work with the town, where we can grow and help the village grow as well. There's currently about 16,000 people in Illinois who are employed in the cannabis industry. We believe that it's going to be, some people say it's going to be up to 65,000 by 2025. We intend to build a business someplace where we can be for a long time, where we can bring jobs, good paying jobs, and work with a town and become a member of the community. That's why we're here. And we're hoping that you'll allow us to do that. And if there's any questions, please feel free.
I just have a couple, I guess. Doctor, very nice to meet you. Thank you. I just had a question, like when you come to 6370 Emerald, for when the distillates arrive to you, how do they arrive and how do they leave? And what about the products that you are infusing? How do they arrive and how do they leave?
Sure. So we'll start off, we're talking about liters of product. When we receive the THC or the CBD, we're talking liters at a time. State law requires that all deliveries and shipments be done inside in a secured area. So what we'll have is at the facility there's a garage door that will open up into the warehouse. We'll have a enclosed, caged sally port type area. The vehicle will come in, first of all, when they're making a delivery, they have to contact us, let us know that they're coming. We first look at them through the video cameras to make sure that it's them, who are the people who are supposed to be making the delivery. We'll open the door, they drive in, the door goes down, and then one of our agents in charge will go out and look at the ID, look at the bill of lading, and then once we've confirmed that this is the people who are supposed to be making the delivery, then we would unlock the cage sally port and accept delivery. And the same process goes for products that are going out to dispensaries. We'll have essentially a van in the locked sally port area. We put the product into the van, lock the sally port, caged area, and then open the door and the vehicle can go out. So there's no deliveries that are done out in public. Everything takes place inside.
I assume a sally port is some kind of room, or I don't know what that is.
So the warehouse is about a 4,000 square foot warehouse. Inside the warehouse, where the garage door opens, we'll build essentially a cage.
Oh, okay. Okay. So people use your products to get high?
Well, people will be using our products for sleep, pain, anxiety. At the dispensary that I own, most of the people were using it for pain and sleep.
But that was a medical dispensary. So now what is the legislature termed?
So the
they
the adult
use
use.
adult use.
Right. So the difference between adult use and medical cannabis is the difference basically in taxes. The products are the same. The difference is if you have a medical card, you're only paying 1% tax on the products you buy at a dispensary. If you don't have a medical card, you're paying between 20 and 30% tax on the products. The products are all the same. People who don't have a medical card use it for sleep, use it for pain, use it for whatever conditions that people with medical cards would use it for. The difference is, as I said, to get a medical card, you have to get a doctor to write a prescription, pay the state the fee, and then you would have the medical card.
But people could use it to recreational, to put the euphemism there. Right?
If they want to go to a concert or a movie and use it for that reason, yes.
Okay.
'Cause people use it for many different reasons.
But it sounds like the good doctor behind you could sign people up for medical exemptions as well, right? I mean, that's what you've done in the past?
He does, well,
Okay.
yes, yeah. Yeah,
So-
and we're just, although, we come from a medical background, we consider it to be medicine, whether you were buying it because you have a medical card or you don't have a medical card, it still has the same health benefits, medicinal value as, as any other.
Who are your customers, your vendors that sell your stuff?
Dispensaries, the licensed dispensaries. in
The
state.
medical and the?
Both, yes.
Okay. And then when you say you want to be part of the community, what do you envision with that?
Well, part of the application process with the state requires us to have a community outreach program. We are open to any suggestions, but we're required to work with the community in some way, whether it be charitable, parks and recreation, school stuff. We intend on working with the community. We're actually required by the state to have community outreach. So we're open to any ideas, any suggestions that the village has. But that's something that not only do we want to do, but we're required by law to do.
Okay, thank you.
Does this meeting count as community outreach?
An introduction.
What are your hours of operation going to be?
When we start out, we haven't been in operation yet. So we expect to start out slowly, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. This isn't a 24/7 operation unless we become so successful we have to, but that's not something that we're planning on. As with everything in this industry, you start out slow and try and build it up.
Okay.
But we expect that because of the work that Dr. Consultar's done throughout the state, that it should be more of a steep climb, but, you know, it's going to be 8 to 5 p.m. at the most.
Okay, and then the types of vehicles bringing the supplies in, taking the supplies out, are we talking vans, box
Vans.
trucks? Okay,
Vans.
no semis or
No.
anything like that, okay. And then the other question is, during your off hours, what type of security do you have to keep your product safe against break-ins and?
So the state requires us to have 24/7, 365 video and alarms that are connected directly to the Monee Police Department and the Illinois State Police. We'll have motion detectors. The security doors all have to be highest security with keypad entry. The only people who are allowed in our facility will be our employees who have to be approved by the state. They're called agents or agents in charge. We're not allowed to bring anybody into the facility without first getting approval from the state. So, you know, we'll have outward-facing cameras and cameras that cover 100% of the floor space. That's required by the state.
Gotcha.
So, you know, you know, there's been studies that shown, but, you know, we had a dispensary, and it's essentially, our dispensary is across the street from a bank, and our dispensary is more secure than the bank. So, you know, a lot of times we'll probably have more security in our area of the facility than the other places around the facility will have, so.
Gotcha.
It's extremely secure.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you, Ryan, for your time.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Item number 2 under my report, the Monee Police are sponsoring a golf outing this Friday to support the Special Olympics of Illinois. Many businesses throughout the area are making donations for various hole and prize sponsorships. The Monee Police Department would be remiss if it didn't offer the village an opportunity to be a part of this noble cause. So sponsorship opportunities for the business sector are at a minimum of $100. So I wanted to open up for discussion and approval, a donation for the golf outing for the police department,
A whole sponsorship? For a whole sponsorship?
for whatever you guys want.
I believe what we first started off with was a donation to the Special Olympics in honor of Liz Rakes. Money had been, the amount had been pushed around and everything, but I guess we're just here today to see if we can honor Liz Rakes' being a true blue, you know, back the blue, and also help them out and help out the Special Olympics. So I'd leave it open to discussion on how we want to do that.
Are we talking about two different things then? A donation to Special Olympics and/or the golf outing?
Well, the golf outing is supporting the Special Olympics.
Right, making the
So it's-
donation through the golf outing in
Correct.
Liz's honor.
Correct.
Okay. So, and I guess my question is the best way to do that to sponsor a whole, to just make a monetary donation? I admit I'm not overly familiar with golf outings, so I'm not sure the correct route to go with that.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Or could we just present a check at the golf outing?
Or you can make a donation so
That's what
somebody
I'm
can go
saying.
golf. Right? Which I like to golf, but I'm booked that day. So just for the record, I'm not doing it for myself. I'm not recommending that for myself.
How much are the whole sponsorships?
The minimum is $100. We've had a variety of different numbers, to 2,000 to 500 to 300. There have been multiple businesses that have given different amounts.
Can
Definitely.
If we could do a whole sponsorship in the, I make a motion to do a whole sponsorship for $500 at the golf outing in honor of Liz Reyes.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
I'm sorry, Mayor.
I forgot he was-
I didn't hear the dollar amount.
$500.
Okay. If I would, if you would allow me to speak, as much as Liz has done for the village and up in front and in behind the scenes, I think this is a wonderful way we can honor her legacy and her name. I would say $1,000 would be appropriate for this event, an honorary event, or in her name for the Special Olympics. I'd be comfortable with the $1,000.
I would agree with Trustee Wilson on
I
that.
would-
That's
I
the
would
number
also
kinda
concur.
had.
So we do have a first and second, so trustee Horn and Gonzalez would have to bring it back.
I'll make a motion that we sponsor a hole for $1,000 in the memory of Trustee Liz Rakes.
Second.
Trustee Horn, did you take yours back?
I'm withdrawing.
Okay, okay.
Any discussion, further discussion? Okay, roll call.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Board. Next item under my report is if I could please ask for a motion to approve the appointment of Chuck Rakes to fill Trustee Rakes' vacancy.
I'll make that motion.
I will second.
Any discussion?
I think it's a great tribute again to Liz, and from what I understand, Liz has spent time talking with Chuck about her position and what it meant to her and what her vision was. So I think I fully support this. I think it's a great opportunity.
As do I. He said everything already.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
I will now do the swearing in. You can please raise your right hand, repeat after me, insert your name after I say aye. I
Charles Rakes,
have been duly appointed
have been duly appointed
to the office of trustee
to the office of trustee
of the Village of Monee,
of the Village of Monee,
County of Will,
County of Will,
State of Illinois.
State of Illinois.
Aforesaid,
I foresaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of trustee
of the office of trustee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, this evening, no administrators report, so moving on to the officials' reports with Public Works. Trustee Horn.
Good morning, everybody, or good evening, I believe it is. I believe it's evening. Good evening, everybody. This is our report for Public Works. Nicor Gas has a contractor by the name of Daywood Engineering, and they're performing survey work throughout locations of natural gas mains and service lines. So they are in Monee. As part of this work, employees from Daywood Engineering will need to access and connect locating equipment to customers' natural gas meters for approximately 5 minutes at a time. The surveys do not require customers to be at home, and there's no interruption to your gas service. As part of the work, all Nicor Gas employees and contractors will have Nicor Gas or Southern Company Gas issued ID cards and will present them if requested. We anticipate Daywood Engineering to be completing this in the next few weeks, so we want you to be aware, Monee residents. You may see surveyors approach your home, and most of the time the gas mains are on the side or the back of the home. I think mine's in the back. So sometimes they're behind bushes or landscaping. So the surveyors will need access to that. And they come unannounced, and so we want to let everyone know that it's legitimate activity. And of course, IDs will be present upon the surveyors. End of report.
Thank you. Parks and Recreation, Trustee Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mayor. Of course, we're going to let everybody know about Fall Fest, but school starts tomorrow, and the Village of Monee offers a before and after school program inside of Monee Elementary. Parents pay for only what days and times they need a week prior. All forms are on our website. You can call Parks and Rec for more info, and good luck to all of our students and teachers this year. And of course, Monee Fall Fest is just around the corner. Live music, the beer garden, senior tent, carnival, fireworks, the parade, the car show, and more. We're still taking any craft or business applications. If you know anyone who needs community service hours, we need your help too. Or maybe you just want to donate some of your time. Selling beer tickets, wristband, kitchen help, to please call Parks and Rec or check our website for all registration forms for all of our events. Mega sales are on sale now until September 8th at noon. $60 gets you the whole weekend of unlimited carnival rides. Just stop in at the Village Hall to please purchase them. And I will piggyback on to Diana's report again about our volunteerism efforts and the forms that are available on the website. Please note too that we have a parade and we have sponsorship availabilities. So if you, a business owner or part of our chamber members, want to be part of Fall Fest, we also have those availabilities as well. Monee Chamber of Commerce is also hosting its 35th Fall Classic Golf Outing Wednesday, September 21st at Deer Creek Golf Club. So all proceeds from the Chamber Scholarship Program and community events. If you'd like to play or sponsor this event, call Lee at 708-421-1786. So we have, for you golfers, we have two very, very worthy events for you to play in for the next couple weeks. So please get involved if you'd like to, and use golfing as an excuse. And secondly, I just wanted to have a few things going on with the Monee Women's Club. For those of you who don't know, Monee has a very large, Monee Women's Club is a very large page following, of which we have meetings once a month on the third Thursday of every month. We have a ton of things coming up this fall. First of all, and I don't see Pastor still here, but we have, for the first time ever, the Fashion for Compassion fashion show, a charity fashion show coming up, hosted at New Hope Christian Church along with Monee Women's Club. So a few things to get involved with there as well. We are in need, and it's through the decades, so we are in need of models. Any size, shape, or age, if you would like to come and model your favorite decade, families are welcome, children welcome, and those who just want to be involved. There are tickets that are available. They're only $20 each for the whole show, which gets you, of course, into the show, the refreshments, as well as entrance to the silent auction. And speaking of which, silent auction items, if you would like to offer them, and there is sponsorship availability for that as well. The second thing coming up, we have our world-famous mum sale. So this is the second of our 3 flower sales for fundraisers directly benefiting the sponsor of the scholarship fund. Those forms have gone out and will be available in the Parks Building as well as here at Village Hall and online. So you can even order online, and the mum pickup will be on September 15th. And not to be prefaced by the also upcoming poinsettia sale in the Christmas time. So, end of report.
Thank you. Economic Development, Trustee Wilson?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Before I give my report, I just want to welcome aboard Chuck. I'm looking forward to working with you and great things to come. And I'm elated and ecstatic that you're carrying on the torch for Liz. Now for my report. There are no new business licenses that have been issued since last meeting. Under Project Monee, Magnify Monee, the next steps have been taken for the village gateway signs. The stone base for the signs have been selected from the Joliet Quarry. Also, applications are in to ComEd for the trenching of electrical lines to the future signs. Consideration for green space areas at a point of entry into the village are underway. Our media team, comprised of Director Diana Kroll, Director Bill Barnes, and Head of IT John Jones, are meeting with Civic Plus to improve our website. The economic development video is now on our website. You can find it under Village News. That's under Village News on villageofmonee.org. Under Project Unite Monee, Director Bill Barnes will be reaching out to applicable businesses via letter in reference ATF funds that they are entitled to for special projects such as beautification. Also, just to tap into what Trustee Gonzalez had mentioned, sponsorships are still available for the Fall Fest. So if you haven't already, please consider being a sponsor of our event. And once again, shop Monee when available. End of report, Mayor.
Thank you. Building Services, Trustee Henson?
Thank you, Mayor. And this will probably be the shortest one tonight. Dunkin' Donuts standalone building is in the construction era of their building, and they are due to be open by the end of October. Secondly, the Building Services is looking for a code compliance officer part-time, and you can find the information that is posted on the village website. End of report.
Thank you. Public Safety, Trustee Udris.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I want to say welcome aboard, Chuck. Look forward to work with you as well. I know some projects that your mom and I talked about. I look forward to working on with you moving forward. Also want to say congratulations to our new officers again. Huge step forward for our village. Almost there. We got a little more to go, but we're getting there. And I think Chief, you're doing a great job keeping us moving forward. So. For Monee Police Department, Friday, August 19th, we participated in the annual Special Olympics fundraiser, Cop on Top, at Dunkin' Donuts. Over $4,000 was raised for a very important cause. Outstanding. The list of donors and volunteers is way too long to mention at this meeting, but suffice to say, huge thank you, Monee, for coming out in huge support. Very gracious for your support, and we're very appreciative. Still another chance to get involved for Special Olympics, as Trustee Gonzalez reported. There are still openings for the Special Olympics fundraising golf outing coming up Friday, August 26th at Green Garden, so hopefully people can come out for that. For emergency management, on August 13th, Monee EMA assisted South Holland EMA with a large concert. They provided mutual aid for their event. Providing mutual aid like this for other towns' events helps Monee responders gain knowledge and hands-on experience that they can then bring back to the events that we have here in town to help improve the planning and operations, right here in Monee. Monee EMA also has developed, built, and placed into service a state-of-the-art portable camera system. In a joint effort with our technology department and DMC Security, this project came together after about a year of research and development. What sets Monee's apart from the rest of the systems like this is that our unit can be deployed in minutes anywhere. It can be mounted on a vehicle, it can be mounted on an ATV, it can be used stationary, but now we can monitor, record, and even photo emergency scenes, events, and training anywhere, anytime. Just so that you know, there's not another system like this anywhere, and Randy and our EMA department are already getting requests from other agencies and manufacturers wanting to know about this system. So great job. Special thank you to John Jones for his assistance in this. Randy, I don't know if there's anything you want to add about this. I'll give you a second to talk if you want.
Good evening, Board. Like I said, the mobility of this is just totally incredible. We can take it anywhere, and everybody's probably thinking, what's it cost? Well, we were able to use surplus equipment from our IT department. A lot of thought was how to get power to the camera so we don't have a million cables running to the camera. John solved that problem for us. I want to say, John, we talked about it today. I think we're well under $3,000. Like systems that we looked at were $27,000 to $30,000. So it'll be in full fest at Fall Fest. We hope to have you at EMA soon to take a look at it and some other improvements that we made over there. Any questions? Just reach out.
Yeah. And end of report.
Great, thank you. Moving on to the attorney's report.
Thank you, Mayor. The first item for the board's consideration, we received the TIF payout request from Seafried Industrial Properties. The amount's $1,398,761.91. This is the Amazon site. It's up for the board's review and consideration.
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Present.
Thank you, Mayor.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item for the board's consideration is a TIF payout to Dollar General in the amount of $33,495.09. If we could table this for further consideration, it seems as though there is an issue that arose with respect to some compliance on a cross-connection control. So if we could table this to the next board meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay, so this was a motion to postpone, and then we have a first and a second. Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis? Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item, the board recalls we signed a contract to purchase property, 90-acre site outside, a little outside the village limits. Due diligence came back, acceptable to our staff. At this point in time, we need a motion to disperse funds in the amount of, closing hasn't been set, but I still want it in the record about dispersing funds $1,900,000 plus closing cost. So Daryl would have the authority to issue the disbursement.
So
You have to
moved.
list the,
Second.
say the parcel number.
That's parcel number 21142810002000, and also parcel number 2114281000230000.
Yes.
Any discussion on that? Roll call, please.
Trustee Henson.
Yes.
Trustee Rakes. Trustee Wilson.
Yes.
Trustee Udris.
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez.
Yes.
Trustee Horn.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item for the board's consideration is an ordinance for a special use permit pertaining to Molex, which is previously discussed. They are asking permission to have some oxygen tanks there for their new machinery. It's up for the board's review and consideration.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Rakes. Trustee Wilson.
Yes.
Trustee Udris.
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez.
Yes.
Trustee Horn. Trustee Henson.
Yes.
Number 2012.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item is authority to execute an easement agreement with Molex LLC in the substantial form as presented. There is some ongoing discussion with Molex Council. We hope to have that ironed out relatively soon. Relatively meaning next week or so. Basically, we're trying to make sure we have full access to that site. But the form will not change that much other than some legal terminology. So if deemed appropriate, authorize the mayor to execute the final form when available.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Just a question then, Larry, then you don't think we should postpone or we need to postpone? It won't change any and/or a little?
Honestly, too, we need this easement, so Molex has a little, I won't say leverage, but their request is not.
Not
a deal
abnormal
breaker.
at all?
No, we have to get another easement, and that's a little different story, but Molex has been very cooperative.
Nice, okay, thank you.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Udris.
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez.
Yes.
Trustee Horn.
Yes.
Trustee Henson.
Yes.
Trustee Rakes. Trustee Wilson.
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. And the last item for the board's consideration is to authorize the demolition of two properties, 25833 Egyptian Trail and 25922 Lynn Lane. We're going to try to do the expedited demolition process like we are doing on, I believe it's Tulip. But we need a motion authorizing the demolition process, which begins with a notice, but we need approval to have it in the board minutes.
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
I'll second.
Any discussion on this?
So, are we conceivably footing the bill for this?
On Tulip, I got a call, this is just in retrospect, I got a call from council, this is the one where the lady passed. It appears as though we might be able to recoup some of those costs. On these two, I can lien the property, whether we collect or not, you know, we'll be a second or third lien on that property. But we can lien it. Tulip will get paid, I hope. On these two, I'll lien it, but
So Lynn Lane is the old Monee Construction
I
Company?
believe so, yes.
So I guess the question is, what happened to the owners of these properties? And then the other one is a residence, right?
I believe one of the owners, Trustee Horn, is out in California. I know Romy has tried umpteen times to contact each and everybody to try to get a response. And so far, it's been unresponsive, but I know he's getting some, let's say, pressure from the surrounding neighbors to do something with those properties.
So they're basically abandoned properties?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The one property is just a garage, but as I understand it, there's cars and oil and gas, and no one wants to touch that garage.
Yeah.
And we even contacted the owner out, and we tried to, no response.
Okay, so then these go out to bid? Is that how that will work? Are we doing it in-house, or?
What Romy has done, I believe he's got at least 7 proposals.
Okay.
As long as they're under $25,000, we're fine.
Okay.
On Tulip, I believe the lowest bid, and don't quote me, I think it was 18,000. I think the next lowest bid was like 32,000. And they meet all the requirements that we have, so it will be under the bid amount.
So the Egyptian Trail property, that means for both these, they haul away everything, and I'm sure there's at least a cellar or a basement with the residents. So they fill that in and everything? That's part of the deal?
I believe so, because they're gonna have to comply with our building standards. The one garage, again, I'm not sure what they'll do with that, but
Yeah.
the pictures tell 1,000 words, and I can get pictures of both properties. Probably everyone's familiar with the Monee construction.
Yeah.
And the garage is it's in bad shape.
Okay. Thank you.
But Larry, these are also mainly safety issues
sir.
also, right?
Yes.
Public safety issues.
You know, Romy's been good to take pictures of
Yeah.
the roof and the broken windows, and it could be declared a nuisance too at that point. But
Okay.
he's done a very good job.
All right.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn? Yes. Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis? Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
That's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Any new business?
You know, I just, going back to Doug's report and Ed, is he still here? Ed? Over here.
Mr. Ed.
Yes, so, just wanted to clarify too, something that they will have identification, and just to bring up to the public too, it seems that we might be just in the line of fire for door-to-door solicitations these days. And I just want people to know and understand, this NICOR work is an actual, employer contractor of the Village of Monee, but if any of these other door-to-door people, whomever, whatever kind of work, you do not have to answer the door, and a direct question to them, if they have a solicitor's license in the Village of Monee. If they do not, you do not have to answer the door, send the dogs out, whatever, because they should not be here.
Okay. Unfinished business. Item number 1, the Village of Monee Management Team and the Department of Public Works Clerical and Teamsters Local Union 700 members have met to negotiate an agreement covering all rates of pay, hours of work, and conditions of employment applicable to its bargaining unit members and the village. The terms of this collective bargaining agreement, if approved by the Village Board of Trustees, would become retroactive, covering the contractual period of May 1st, 2022 through April 30th, 2026. So at this time, I'm asking for a motion to approve the agreement between the Village of Monee and the Teamsters Local Union Number 700, which is Department of Public Works and Clerical Staff, covering the contractual period of May 1st, 2022 through April 30th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
I just was making sure here because on this paper that they had given us, it says April 30th, 2027, and I knew that we had agreed to a 4-year. I just wanted to make sure that this is
Correct.
just a draft.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Roll call, please.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis? Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Item number 2, discussion/consensus re the PBS Pavilion construction project. A board consensus has been reached on PBS's replacement design proposal of the Fireman's Park Pavilion and is as follows. Demo of existing concrete pad, excavation for new concrete footing, Pavilion replacement of 100 feet by 50 feet wood-framed structure, metal roof and sides, 8 10-foot electric roll-down doors, 4 doors per side, heightened roof line to attach to existing park building, 3 new 10-foot by 8-inch man doors, industrial roofline heating, electric fireplace. So PBS's estimated cost to rebuild the Park Pavilion is $415,000. It should be noted that this is an estimated cost and could be subject to change according to supply and demand pricing. This quote also factors in prevailing wages. So this is open for discussion again as to moving forward with the project.
Well, I'm pretty sure everybody knows where I stand on this. So I'm very glad to have the conversation again, and in speaking to the other trustees and you yourself, Mayor, too, that I do not think, and actually this, from what I had figured, what it was going to be is tens of thousands of dollars less than I figured the project would come in at. So I'm very happy to see this and would love to move forward with this 415.
As am I. As last meeting, I just wanted everybody to be on the same page, make a decision of one thing, try and get together, and it seemed like everybody was all over the place. I'm happy that we could all come to an agreement.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that all of us felt the importance of was maintaining the pavilion that we all have enjoyed, used, and and come to know, but taking advantage of the situation that we're in to do a couple of extra things to make it a little bit better, to give some more use to it, but while maintaining the openness and the ability for people to continue to use it at no cost. So I think this is great.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I guess, yeah, we'll do the final vote at the next board
Yes.
meeting. Is there, okay. Thank you. Open to the public, non-agenda items, if anybody's got anything they wish to, yes.
Hi, sorry, Brian McQueenie again. I guess my question is, when do you vote on whether we get the business license or not? Is that?
Sir, what I would, this is new to the board, this new concept, so I think the board will take it up at the next village board meeting.
And when is that?
September 14th?
Oh, 3 weeks from today, so the second Wednesday of September.
Second Wednesday of September. Okay.
Can I ask you one question?
September 14th will be the next board meeting.
Okay.
What's the address that you're gonna, I didn't see the brochure. How big's the facility?
It's 2 units within the facility. I think it's 6,000 square feet.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good evening, board. My name is Kelly Detloff, and I'm with Provision Lab and a member of MAC. And I just wanted to give a thank you to for letting us host the Monee event. So we were able to host our big event again. So we had the blood drive. Heidi was out there, and we actually were able to get 8 donations of blood. We collected between the first weekend and the second weekend 7,500 items of clothes and shoes and houseware items. And that was a nonprofit called Helping Hands. And they just keep all of that out of the landfill, and they send it to different countries and things like that that need clothes and things of that nature. So that was really exciting. We had the barbers back. Let me see how I go back here. The barbers were able to come back, and we gave 12 haircuts to all different children. One of the stylists was the first time there, and she said it was such an awesome experience because it was a little boy that was going into middle school, and he was so nervous. And she really was able to talk him through it, and he left with a new haircut and excited about going back to school. We had 300 families that we served on the line. They were able to get a box of non-perishables. They got dairy. They got meat. I think it's about 1,100 to 1,200 individuals at the event. we also had clothes, so the clothing was back. And we worked with another organization that brought in clothes and shoes. And I think that was the best part because people that were there for food also walked out with garbage bags of clothes. And they got kids' clothes and shoes for their families. And it was a really exciting event. So we want to thank you so much for allowing us to use your facilities. And we couldn't do it without all of that and our volunteers. So I just wanted to say thank you and give you an update for the event. Looking forward to next year's.
Thank you, Kelly, for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you,
Thank
Kelly,
you
for
very
everything you did.
much.
The traffic there showed me that I saw over there showed me how successful it was, because there
Oh.
were cars everywhere over there.
There really were. It was great. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rhonda. Sorry, I don't have an official report tonight. I know I should. I just wanted to, I am terrible with follow-up, so we've been super busy over at the store, and I just want to request that someone from the village please send me Trustee Rakis's picture so that we can get the plaque to put up in the hall for her, because that is on my list, but I keep forgetting to call while you guys are open. So that's one. I only got 2 things tonight, guys. And the other thing is, now that we have 4 new officers on the Monee PD, with school starting tomorrow and things being crazy in this country, I would like the board or whoever makes these decisions to consider maybe putting some extra officer presence over there on Will Center Road. Just for I know they're supposed to be getting security, but I don't know that they did. And I know at the end of the school year, Monee PD was great about having an officer sit there, and it made all of us parents feel a lot better. So if Chief, wants to be nice, and but just a suggestion, because we want to keep our kids safe. Thank you. And go to their golf outing. It's going to be great. They're going to have beautiful signage. They shopped Monee, okay? All right. Good night, guys.
Trustee Rakis, you can probably take a picture.
That's what I was going to say. I bet we know a guy.
All right. Okay, next up, executive session. Number 5 ILCS 120/2C1, appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of a specific employee. So if I can please have a motion to adjourn regular session to go into executive session.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn? Yes. Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis? Yes. Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Before everyone leaves, just really quick, I know that it's Trustee Trustee Udris' birthday, and he's here with us, so I just wanted to tell him happy birthday before everyone leaves.
Okay, can I please have a motion to reopen regular session?
I'll motion.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Thank you. Action to be taken following executive session. May I please have a motion to approve a one-time bonus payment in the amount of $5,000 to our staff accountant?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Well deserved.
Yes.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Thank you. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn? Yes. Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
8:17 p.m.